Welcome back to the TYS podcast. This is episode 4. Thank you for joining us once again. Everybody who watched episode 1, 2, 3, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like button, comment, and share down below. This is our Instagrams right here. I'm letting that be known right now. Whew! I know y'all missed him last week because he don't know shit about sports, so we had to go ahead and throw him on in here today. He's back on full flesh on the camera. Some chill is not here right now because he got personal problems going on, so he won't be joining us today. Or he might join us later on the stream. I don't know. But as of right now, he's not here because he's dealing with some family problems. But you got us three mugs, and today we're here to talk about Starfield, a game I've been anticipating for the past 2 years. Finally glad it's here. I've really been excited and waiting, and now it's here. So we're here to give our honest review on it, like how we really feel about it, and we're also gonna go over some Metascore reviews. I want to show that, like user reviews, and I guess the company and all the other IGNs, all them people, whatever. But I want to go over the Metascores also too. But whoever want to take the stage first can go ahead. If not, I'll go first. Don't really make a difference to me.
Um, I guess I can go first. I mean, right now I'm still in the beginning of the game, which I think me and you talked about how it's very expensive. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of side missions, main missions. It's a lot of stuff, and I won't spoil too much for people that haven't played the game. But what I will say for starters, I think there is kind of a few bugs. Well, let me get into the pros first. The pros, I love the story far, I love the animation, I love the graphics, I love the movement. I love the characters, and I love the dialogue as well. But as far as like some little issues that I have with the story right now, a little bugs like when you're in combat, your allies will get in the way of you. You can't move if they're standing right there to you. You can't make them move out the way, so you will die. So just gonna put that out. I just feel like most of my cons are not anything necessarily with the game. It's more of just things that can be fixed later on in time. As so far, I mean, I only have 8 hours of playing time right now, but I love the game so far. As far as those little combat, having more ammo. Of course, you can go buy ammo. Ammo is hella expensive. Like I don't know what is going on. For med kits, med packs, all that type of stuff you can get for first aid. All of that. Some of it's not expensive, but most of it is. So I think they could have a little bit more ammo. Personally, me. It might be different from difficulty level because you have easy. I think you have very easy, normal. I don't know what happens after that. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, like the combat, I think could be a little better. Not necessarily the aim assist, but those aim controls, I feel like could be slightly better. I know it's not a Call of Duty. I know it's not those type of games where it's just strictly shooting. I know it's more about the adventure and storyline. I get all that, but I'm aiming and I'm not hitting them headshots. Come on now, we have to. Especially once you get higher up in the game and you're dealing with other people that are like your level, it's going to get only going to get harder. You see what I'm saying? So it's like little stuff like that is the only things that I've like dialed into right now as far as cons. But other than that, I think it's cool.
See, I agree with you on the con. I'm gonna give my pros first and then cons. But before I do, I agree with you on the comeback. The comeback is a little shaky. Like your teammates help to a certain degree,
To a certain
but then
degree, exactly.
but they kind of just be in the way sometimes.
Like even when you try to like go heal up or reload, they stop shooting. Like they wait for you. They
Yeah,
stop shooting. They don't move. They don't have their own like AI capabilities. Like they really are on going off of you. When you move somewhere else, they follow you, which obviously they're your teammates. But why are you not shooting? Shoot.
exactly. So I think so I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna start with my pros. My pros, it's a beautiful game. It looks good.
Yes.
The visuals are great.
Hmm.
The player models could be a tad bit better, but it's not
Yeah.
our player models, but like the civilians and all other
Yes.
NPCs around.
Yes.
They can be a little bit better, but that's
Hmm.
fine. I'll settle for that. It doesn't really bother me. The exploration, like the exploring of the game, is fantastic. Like I
It's
said, it's a
amazing.
thousand planets. It's so much to do. Every planet's
Hmm.
not going to have something on them, which is probably one of my cons, but I get to that in a second. But like I said, it's like a trillion planets, like 100,000 galaxies. It's just so much. I'm over exaggerating, but it's so much to do. The comeback, it's not trash.
It's not great.
It it's yeah, but it's not great. It's like in the middle. I give it potential to be better, maybe with a few updates. Hopefully, eventually they update it. Eventually, I know it's gonna come. But as of
Hmm.
right now, if I had to really like rank it 1 through 5, I'll probably give like a solid 2.5. The comeback could be better. Like you said, the teammates are always in a way, and I know it goes by person what you pick. I think I picked a loner character, like was that's one of my traits to be a loner. So
The
I kind of
introvert.
Yeah, I think that messed me up, and I picked it legit
Yeah, I didn't
last
pick
minute.
any of those. I didn't pick introvert or extrovert. I have like the fan. I forgot what it's called. The fan that stay with you and follow you anywhere, like the adoring fan. I have that one, and some of the other ones. But I didn't pick those purposely because I wasn't fit to let anybody else decide my outcome for me. Like
Thank
hell
you.
no,
I said that. That's
no.
why I'm like, I'm. Oh, let me make it right. I'm tripping. Let me get my pros right. The pros, like I said, the exploration is wonderful. The graphics look solid. The player models are decent enough. Um, it's just so much. I like the fact that when you go to it like a different, like somewhere like the moon, the moon has no gravity. So when you jump and you're literally floating as
Yes,
along as you
literally.
go, and you come back down. I like the attention to detail. Simple stuff like that grabs my attention. The fact that you can walk into a store, steal a gun if you want to. I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna try it eventually. But you can walk to a
Oh,
store,
I
steal
ain't know
some
that.
guns, steal some ammo. Yeah, when you get to a certain point in the game, it's really actually early. When you get to I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but when you
Right.
get to the underground area, you can actually go down there and steal some stuff. I was going to, but I'm still trying. But you can still, that's attention to detail. I like stuff like that. The train station they got, it's like a quick metro. I like that.
Mm.
It's a lot of stuff I like about the game. Like I said, the movement's solid. The ships aren't bad. Like I said, the gameplay so far has been fun. I haven't had any really bad glitches or bugs outside of the combat. Probably teammates I was in the
I
way.
froze. I froze once. I had just passed the mission, and then I was waiting for the loading screen, and it never came back, so I had to restart. I will say that I think it does have some bugs, which a lot of games do in the first trial or weeks or quarter or however they do it, as far as how long they figure out what they need to do some updates. I think those updates are very fixable. Question: have you found any contraband yet?
When you say contraband, you mean like
So it's something that's illegal. You can't take it back
mhm.
anywhere other than the black market, pretty much. So if they scan your ship and they see it, you're going to go to jail.
How do you get that though? Am I missing something?
I found it at a certain mission. You press LB and you scan everything in the room, pretty much. I
Mhm.
found it from one of them pirate missions, and it was like worth like 17,000 credits, but it was contraband.
See, but I was told when you get contraband, you it's some part in your ship where you can store it. So when they scan you, I guess they can't see it. Maybe I
Oh,
got to go
see,
back and
I
look that
didn't
up.
know that. I got a signal on my game when I came back into orbit to go back to what is it, Jameson? That's the planet,
Yeah.
right? They said you have contraband. If they scan you, they will take it away from you. So
See,
they
I
said.
don't.
So then they said add a stop before you set course to Jameson. So I'm like, okay, let me go to a different planet or try to figure out how to do the black market. But then I ended up really just like letting it go because I figured I would come by contraband to figure how to do the black market scheme or whatever the case. But yeah, I was just curious if you had that.
Nah, but I wrote a few points down about the pros. It's just a simple. It's a refreshment for Xbox. We haven't had a game like this in so long, and this is messages I sent earlier in the group chat. But it's a game we haven't had this in the Xbox in forever. But when the last time we had a good Xbox storytelling game, like
I
legit?
I can understand. I can understand you saying like this feels like a Xbox excitement. But what is it? Is it not on PlayStation?
It's Xbox owns
No,
Bethesda. They own it, so they made it strictly for Xbox.
Okay, so I
So
understand. This like a excitement moment, supposed to be an excitement moment for Xbox and everything. But bruh, is it really living up to it? And like
See,
when
but
the
that's
last
the thing.
Microsoft have it? Like what? It's supposed to be Gears of War. Nobody talks about Gears of War. So
very underrated game.
what was the last Microsoft game that was just like exciting?
That's the problem. We haven't had one in so long that it's to the point it's refreshing that we finally get something for our own, having to sit there and watch PlayStation get all the games. So if we finally get
yeah,
something, now it's like, cool, we're gonna make the most of it. And I'm not saying the game is perfect. I will not sit here and lie about a game is perfect. I'm
mm-mm.
excited for it. I still like it. I like it a lot. But it's cons to the game, and I'm about to speak on the cons in a second. Like for one, the combat, we've already discussed that like 10,000 times. Sometimes the dialogue can be a little off. I
The
don't
dialogue
understand
can
that.
be off. Like you will already talk to them, and they'll keep saying, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something," and you have to keep going to finish all the little. You know how you click on the different responses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I was having too. Like some of the dialogue is off as well. One other thing that I want to add, not to cut you off, I like how they let you be able to interact with them on a personal level. Like remember when I said in the group chat where you can flirt with people, you can do this, you can do that. Like I think that's kind of funny. I just think that's little things like that like can matter to certain. people, and I think that was funny instead of just regular dialogue.
All right, my question. I got another question. I'm gonna just keep asking y'all questions. So, like, was it anything like I guess interactive with the game? Like, did it not feel dead? Did it feel
Let's
like
see, no.
No.
See, that's
Mhm.
something I want to explain too. That's another one of my pros. It's very interactive. There's
Yeah.
always something to do. It's like I was doing something. I think I finished the first main mission. I got back to the planet, the home planet, and I was walking with just doing something. I was walking somewhere, and some random ass lady stopped me, and she asked me to help her something about her job, and I helped her do it. Yada yada. Got to the next point. Then we got to some big corporation that she was blaming something on. It was something that happened, but I got to some point where I had to choose between her, the person I helped, and then a big corporation. And
Mm.
I chose to help her because I was already helping her and didn't get paid worth nothing. So I kind of regret that decision now. But
It's all about
it's
it's all about the money for you.
damn right. Bro, them ships are expensive as hell on
Oh,
that
I
game. Them
know,
ships are
I know.
expensive.
Yeah.
But let me get my cons. The cons are it's just one of my biggest gripe with the game is the fact the space what's it called? The space exploitation fucking sucks. It
Space
sucks.
exploration.
It sucks, yo. Like it reminds me of No Man's Sky. You know when we get into space and
Yes.
it takes
Right.
forever to get to another
Exactly.
planet?
Exactly.
Bruh, that
Literally
blows
that.
my mind.
I just try to fast travel everywhere I go, and it's funny that you bring up No Man's Sky because when we played No Man's Sky, I liked it for the space. Me and you both love space, so I loved how expansive it was, all the galaxies, all the different universes you can go to, and all the planets you can do. I love that, but it takes so forever to do all that transportation. And this game is kind of like that. I think No Man's Sky may be a little better because you know how you can still like go super fast into orbit of the planet, and then that's where you have to slow down. With this, it's much less than that.
Yeah, speaking of that, also with the space thing, I think one of the other things I don't like as a con to me personally is the fast travel. What the hell am I playing a space game for if I could just fast travel everywhere?
Yeah, you
What
can.
sense does that make?
The
Like,
difference with No Man's Sky is you can fast travel, but you don't have to. You can still explore. It's moved so slow here. You have to fast travel sometimes.
I
yeah,
feel.
and if go ahead, you good.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I feel like for games that initiate fast travel, they should only do that for games like if you know you have to go to a certain area multiple times. Unless you're gonna have different dialogue in between you traveling from point A to point B, I feel like you should have a fast travel.
I'm no fast travel is not a problem for me personally, especially if it's like for example, if you in a galaxy that's up here and you got to go to the galaxy all the way over there, that's different. I'm cool with that. But
Right.
if my planet's like okay, from for real life example, Earth, we live on Earth, Mars is right there. Real life is far as hell. But let's just say for a game, for example, why should I have to fast travel to Mars if Mars is the next planet right after Earth?
That's
I
what
don't get that.
Right.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I feel like they should make the traveling faster or like at least entertain you with like a random mission that like how you said that lady just walked up to you.
Mhm.
I feel like during like instead of fast traveling, you should have to like just travel there for shit like that.
So like how we were doing No Man's Sky, where you had to like travel
Yeah.
to stuff.
See,
Okay.
but that's cool too. Like I said, I'm not against fast travel. I think that's fine. But if you want me to explore the game, why is me
Don't
like if I'm in a like I was on I think Mars or whatever hell planet I was on one of the planets. It said you can fast travel back to your ship. I said, what sense is
Oh yeah, yeah,
what
you
sense does
can.
that make? Like
Yeah,
if
so
I'm in the
you
middle of
have to.
comeback or something?
No, so you can't even. I don't think you can do it in the middle of combat. I think it just depends. I think it's for people that don't feel like walking back to the ship. Which, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like if we're gonna make it realistic, we need to make it a little bit more realistic. That should not be an option. I mean,
yeah.
it can be, but I don't think it should because it's like, what is the point of? Oh, well, I'm done with the mission now. Let's fast travel back to the ship and let's go. Like, I don't know, but that's just me. But I agree with you saying. I feel like
Oh,
those
let me
people
say
need
this.
to be better.
Let me say this, because I'm from the gamer creator side. I understand. I guess why they put fast travel is because it would be ridiculous. I guess for a game to have so much extra space, it would take up. It would probably even load. It would take longer to load or whatever. But for to solve that problem or whatever, they should have something to where it just simply go out of bounds when you get a certain point, or make it fun for us to where it's like, oh, you go out of
Facts.
in this area, something like an asteroid hit you or you die. Like, I don't know if y'all remember Jack and Dexter or any certain game where it's like, bro, you swim all over there, a shark gonna eat you. Like, it ain't gonna let you go all the way out there, because of course, a game gonna have its cutoff somewhere. So it's like, but at least give us teasers with a little bit of fun. We knowing we can't swim out there, but bro, we gonna just swim, explore out there because it's just fun. Just because you ain't supposed to, the shark is somewhere gonna eat you. Bro, we know the asteroid gonna somewhere hit us, so the airplane gonna stop working because it's like turbulence or some type of jump like that. That what they should have did.
I got you.
Actually, I like the fact that he stated that, and all that's true. I believe that. But I kind of messed up when I said my biggest gripe was with the space exploration. And that's true. I hate the way it is, the way it's designed, fast travel, all that stuff. But my biggest gripe with the game is the fact that they could only get it in 30 frames per second. We live in a world with 2023 with all this technology in the world, and you can only cap this game out at 30 frames per second. 60 frames is the minimum at best. Like, come on, this is 2023. 60 frames is the new norm. There should be no reason 30 frames is the...
I think that's a lot.
Because it looked like it.
30 is horrible though. We living in a world where 60 frames is the norm. I spent $500 something on this console. I expect every game I play to be 60 frames minimum. Minimum. Like, that's just the new standard.
I think it was a little bit more than 500 when I got it. I think when we both got it, was a little bit more. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair assumption. I see that. But I mean, I think when they put all their energy into just making the graphics good and all that, maybe that FPS was an issue for them. And then the game is very expensive, but I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but
I feel like games that be so expensive have no excuse for terrible graphics. I'm paying all this money,
but graphics.
This is on Game Pass though.
Yeah, and it's free. So
Game Pass ain't free. I'm paying for something.
No. Even if it's free, it's 2023. 60 frames is the minimum. It's another thing that goes with it. It's the fact that it's capped out at 30. It makes the texture look bad. Sometimes the draw distance is horrible. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen bad draw distance within this game. The NPCs face models look a little rough when you're not walking up close to them. Even when you're up close to them, they look a little rough. Like, if you talking to them with like a cutscene, they look fine. But when you just walking around the city, the NPCs look
like
a little
regular civilians and UC officers and everything. Yeah, they do. Look
maybe that's what Bethesda want to do. Because is that not the same aesthetic from Fallout?
That's a cheap version. I don't want cheap. I want something. They took 2 to 3 years to make this game. You telling me within that time span, y'all didn't have the technology or the brain capacity to drop 60 frames minimum? Minimum. Come on, bro. And I get it. They can update the game later, but they're not finna go back and fix that part. When I first heard that was my biggest turn off for the game. Because I'm a guy, I prefer performance. I don't really care about graphics. Graphics mean nothing to me in 2023. The graphics can look awful and the game still runs well.
I don't know. Graphics, I wouldn't say, personally, me, I wouldn't say they don't mean nothing, but a lot of the games that I enjoy most, graphics is what I enjoyed about it. And I'm being honest. Hogwarts Legacy, I love. This too, No Man's Sky. The graphics are good. Of course, the graphics only can take you but so far. But personally, me, I think you have to have a fair balance of gameplay and graphics and controls.
I feel like graphics matter to me because, like, nobody want to look at BS on a screen. Like, I want to look at, like, I understand I don't want it to look real, but like, clean it up. Bugs are annoying. Like, I understand it might take you a minute to make a game like that, but the wait is worth it. So,
yeah, I'm in the middle when it comes to that. Of course, I want better gameplay, but you have to have some sort of graphic. You have to catch me some way. Like, I would never play No Man's Sky if it looked like that. If it looked like crap, I wouldn't. Because why do you have all this to explore, to be so expensive to not look good?
Okay, so is it not some games where it's so lame and they look so good, but it's like, bro, this game is so boring. I'm only playing it for the graphics and it ain't.
I ain't never had that. Personally, I ain't never had that situation.
I know, I get what you're saying, because I played what's that it's a horror game on Game Pass. I forgot the name of it.
It's from Friday the 13th?
No.
Okay, while he think about that, please tell me, why do y'all choose graphics over performance? If the performance sucks, how is the game
No,
gonna
I'm
run?
not. No, I would
No,
never
no.
chose it over.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
no,
saying
yeah.
it matters just as much as performance to me.
I'm saying
Nigga, I don't want
performance.
the best performance and shitty graphics. Like
Look,
But if
it
the
says
graphics look good and the performance suck, you can't play the game with
what's
bad
good
performance. You can
graphics?
play. You
What's
can
good
okay
graphics?
for
Give me an example.
okay. For example, you can have your 60 frames and then the game is in 1080p. 1080p is not like exclusive like it used to be. It's not like high range. We
Yeah,
talking 4K nowadays.
4K.
The 4K is minimum, like for new games anyway. So you rather have 1080p with 60 frames, or you rather have 4K and 30 frames? Because what the frame rate's gonna lag.
Let's not
Well,
act like
I'd rather have the 60 frames, of course.
I mean, what I'm personally saying is, I'm not saying that I'm taking graphics solely over performance, but I'm saying you have to have an attention grabber. You know, with everything we do in life, you have to have an attention grabber. If you log into the game and you see that the graphics are ass, then most people are not going to give that game a chance. Not me and you or y'all, but most people.
Perfect example, like Fall Guys. The only reason I fuck with that game because it's goofy. Other than that, I would not play it if I didn't like those type of games.
But the graphics on that's not bad though.
It's
If
not
you fun
bad,
Fall
but
Guys,
it's
it's
not
really
bad. It's not bad, but like for me, when I like to see fighting, I like to see blood and gore. I don't want to see a big shockwave come from your face. Like that's dumb.
But that's not a fighting game necessarily.
But that goes on with performance too. If the performance suck at minimum frames, like if it's 30 and dropping, how you gonna see any of that? The
That's
performance
fair.
is not going like
that's why I said I want them both equally as great. I never said one over the other. I'm just saying it matters as much.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I want them both equally as possible, but of course, if I had to choose, I'm gonna go with performance over graphics.
Okay, so
but I want a good mix of both.
Me, I couldn't choose one over the other because I want that perfect 50-50 from both. Like I want them both at 100%, but I want that 50-50 from both.
You want to say something, Terrence?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say before we continue, because I know we can talk about performance and all day, but I want to share some Metascore reviews. I'm gonna share the screen. I want to share some Metascore reviews from the game.
All right.
And I really want to, because I still want everybody's personal opinion on the game. Me and Dunn have obviously played the most, but I want to still see everybody, not just us. I want to see the world. And obviously, my opinion is not gonna always be equal to everybody else. I feel like everybody's opinion is different, so it's cool. But the Metascore is an 87. That's good. That's a B.
That's not bad.
B plus.
I think that's good for the first week launch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With updates coming, I feel like something can always go up. But this here is what concerns me. If I was a new player and I haven't played and I didn't play the game yet, and I were to see this, that's why I would freak out at it. But me playing the game already, matter of fact, I can get my score too. I would probably give it like a 7.
Hold on, maybe I need to make my screen bigger so I can see that. Okay, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, you're not wrong. Because I haven't played it yet. I got it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. But looking at that score.
Okay, well this is what I would. Oh, go ahead, Tim. My bad.
But looking at that score, like for me, I hate games that have a 5 cover, but then when you get in the game, it looks nothing like that.
What is the highest score for that?
That's the you talking about the highest user score?
The user score, yeah. What's the highest? What's the cap?
Oh, I think it's 10.
Oh okay.
That's what I said, but everybody got different personalities there. Everybody gonna have different opinions. So
this is what I'm gonna say. And I think I can speak for all of us when I say it. But correct me if I'm wrong for sure. People like us that genuinely love games, that have been a part of games for most of our lives, especially our adult lives, well, really teenage lives, but in general, we'll look into stuff. We'll look into stuff like this. Most casuals are not going to be looking this user score up in these meta scores. They're not going to be diving into the statistics like that. They're going to play the game, and their attention grabber is going to be, do I like how it looks or not? Do I like the performance?
Nah, that's not true. Most casual gamers now, they'll actually just look it up on YouTube because they know it's so many people.
Okay, that's true too. But on YouTube, unless you look up actual reviews, you're not going to see a 5.6.
Nah, they don't even look up reviews. They'll look up the gameplay and review it themselves.
And you're going to get a trailer. You're going to get a trailer, and you're going to get somebody that's doing.
No, it's a lot of people who get the game. Like I know it's a YouTuber named Make Fire and Ice. I swear a game will come out the first day,
I'm not. Yeah.
And
I get what you're saying.
He'll be done completed it that same day, and it'll be on YouTube.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying. Well, a lot of them YouTubers, they have their brand deals. They get
Oh yeah,
way
some
early
of them can get it
advance.
early.
But I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is most casuals, yes, they will look up reviews on YouTube, but most of them are going to base their decisions off of that YouTube video alone, not a Metascore and user score. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I think I was gonna say. They kind of, I believe casuals, because casuals are the core gamers nowadays for some odd reason. I feel like casuals are based their score off of what the YouTubers say and what the Metascore say. They won't buy the game if the Metascore says it's 5.6. They're gonna first thing they're gonna look at is the user. If they don't like that, they're not gonna waste their time looking at it. Unless it's somebody like us, we come in hardcore gamers playing our whole damn life. Well, me, I've been playing games since I was a kid. I've been playing games since I was 5. So I'm gonna look at the game. Well, they don't like it. I guess I'll try it. I'm gonna play this bitch regardless. I need to try it for myself. I don't like other
we would
people's
do that,
opinion.
but most casuals, I don't think they're looking up. Oh, let me see the user score for Starfield.
That's also a problem with the user score. The user score would say 5.6, but somebody else might not even play the damn game, just wanted to be a douche, and they'll put a 2 score. They're not even playing the game. So I don't like stuff like that.
So these statistics can be biased at a point, and I don't think casual players are looking up to this in depth. The first thing, just like you said, they're going to dive to social media. They're going to go to Instagram. They're going to Instagram Shorts, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or YouTube videos as a whole. Like, people aren't looking up these reviews like how we are. Most people, of course, I can't speak for everything. I'm speaking for most people.
Most people, that's because they're a casual gamer. They don't.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. These articles, unless these reviews, and even you can fake reviews these days. I mean, people still can to update Wikipedia articles on their own. You can fake anything at this point. So it's like, can we really basically go off this? You can only go off of it, like Terrence said, if you play it.
Okay, so before we get too deep in, because we got to keep pushing a little bit, here's some of the scores. The critic scores 100, 100, 95, a 10, a 10. These are good scores. Like I said, for the user score, 10 is the highest you can get. For the critic, 100 is the highest you can get. Oh, Lord,
the negative.
I look more so towards the user instead of the critics, because sometimes the critics be getting paid to lie.
Yeah, but what's the negative 1,035? Like, go back up real quick. I'm just curious. You see right there the negative?
Oh, that's how many people I guess gave a negative review. I don't know, or maybe I have no idea.
That's damn near tying with the positive.
Exactly. But let's just keep scrolling, because this one caught my attention when I was reading it before it went on. So, oh, my bad. No, that's the wrong one. I guess I can read the one too. Let's go down. Let's read the one. I think gave it a 0. Damn. It says
that was yesterday too. Oh no, that was today.
What is
that was today.
Graphic performance is disappointing. Now that I agree with 100%. That's one of my cons. The graphic performance does suck. Not in a bad way, but it's the performance. Like I said, 30 frames, it sucks. Nobody wants to play a game capped out at 30 frames in 2023.
I think it's average. I don't think it sucks. But we have our own opinion. That's fine.
Wait, let me read this whole thing. Graphics performance is a disappointment, especially with such poor optimization. I cannot read today. I agree with that too. Such as water bodies. I most definitely agree with that part. I walked in water in one part of the game, and there was no movement of the water. You just jumped in the water.
No,
you
just
jumped in.
Yeah, that's
vegetation. I agree with that. The terrain has greatly affected the. I cannot see, but I got to look like this.
Enthusiasm for exploring the outdoors and the severe black screen loading has affected the continuity of the game.
My God, yes, I hate that. Why is it when I teleport to another galaxy, I have a loading screen? I have an Xbox Series X. Why is there a loading screen? A screen?
Yeah, because when I was, I think when I was,
ain't that the thing they? Oh, my bad. My bad. I cut you off.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, ain't that the thing they promoted with the new Xbox Series X?
It's faster loading times, yes.
Yeah, but some of them won't even have loading screens.
Exactly. That's probably another con. That's another con.
Yeah.
Why in the hell, if I go from a planet planet here to here, why is there a loading screen? Or if I get out of my if I do something, I did a couple things and it just went straight to a black screen. I'm like, it was like a little quick 5 seconds. But at that point,
how long had they been working on this game in development? Realistically,
maybe 2-3 years.
Okay, I'm never giving the game an excuse, even if you're just starting off. I'm just never the type of person like how you said. If you're gonna wait 2 or 3 years to give me a game, I want at least bugs as possible. I want the best experience I can get the minute this game comes out. So I'm never going to give a game an excuse, but maybe these are some things that they're not paying attention to and that they need to fix.
It kind of reminded me of Cyberpunk when Cyberpunk first dropped. I don't know if y'all played that or not. I played the whole game, finished it, beat it, all that good stuff.
And what's
Cyberpunk
your overall opinion on it? Because I've heard so many mixed reviews, and I'd just like to hear yours.
But the difference is you paid for Cyberpunk. This free.
Yeah, I paid for Cyberpunk.
That's true.
But my opinion on Cyberpunk, my score,
yeah,
when it first came out, probably like a 2. Honestly, when it was so bad, bro.
That's
so
what everybody
buggy,
said. Yeah,
laggy, cars warping into stuff. You shoot somebody, it ain't killing nobody. You do a mission, it lagged you out the whole game. That might be an Xbox thing because that happened to other games too.
I was gonna say that.
Cyberpunk had a lot of problems when it first came out. A lot of problems. Now they done gone patched it. They've done a lot to the game within the past year and a half. They've done a lot to the game. I haven't played it in a while. I haven't played it since.
I wonder how their audience is now. I mean, it's been a minute. I wonder if people are really still tapped into Cyberpunk.
I think they're making another one, not another Cyberpunk, but like an addition to the original one, if that makes sense.
So a sequel?
Yeah, it's gonna be a sequel. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't know if it's already out, but yeah, that's exactly what it's doing. But that's what it reminds me of, like the little choppy when it first come out.
Oh no, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's choppy. When you jump a little bit, I don't know. It does, like, you know how they stumble when you're trying to jump over an obstacle.
Yep.
And they stumble, like they don't jump smoothly. Like it's like I'm not stumbling in real life. Why am I stumbling now?
I think the problem is there's more cons than pros, and that's a bad thing. Now, granted, I'm still gonna play the game.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy it because, again, with what time the game just came out, so I don't want to give it too many bad flaws. But I've counted too many negatives before I can count. What the heck is that noise? With too many pros.
Oh, that's them. Okay.
Yeah, it's been too many no's versus too many yeses. Like I said, the another part I didn't mention, when you're in space and you're doing like a little fight, the computer's absolutely overpowered. Even with regular combat, the computer's absolutely overpowered, bro.
Like they do not miss
at all. Like
this is another thing with the combat. How am I shooting a person? They're not shooting me. They're running towards me with an axe, and they're still about to hit me, and I just shot them about 10 times already.
Exactly. I don't understand. It's so stupid,
no stumble, no nothing. They're still running towards me while I'm shooting them in the face.
Your bullets are weak.
No, the combat needs to get better. Like I said in the beginning, I know it's not a Call of Duty. I know it's not a Fortnite, and maybe these are not the best examples, but I'm just saying the games that, Apex that everyone prides on, I know it's not the type of game. I know it's for more of the exploration, but if you're going to have it, don't half-ass it. And that's just me personally. Like, that's my main issue. The combat is really my main con. I have other cons, but really that's my main
one. I think another con is when you so-called choose to be like a loner character and you get a bigger boost for doing missions by yourself and your character still sucks. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Even the fact that I like the fact that it's realism when you're on a planet that has less gravity, you float around instead of when you jump, you're floating for a while, you can bop, 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 like shoot them in order while you float in the air. I like that. But it makes my aim twice as bad versus the computer who has this godly perfect aim for some reason. That's another thing about games I really don't care for. It blows me when the computer is just so OP.
And I really think they're a little more overpowered for somebody just starting the game to just be on normal. Like I really do think they are. I do.
No, because I get it. Progression as the game goes along because I'm level 5 now. I think the mission I just beat, I was facing a level 12. I don't know where he came from. I don't know. And this is
different pirates have like different level options. So like not everybody that, let's say you're level 2 and you're just getting in. Well, level 2 might be a little different. Like a level 3, because I think I'm like a level 7 or 8 right now. And just that last mission I did when I went onto this unknown planet, I ran into pirates trying to get, I don't want to spoil it too much, but just trying to collect some things. And I ran into somebody that was level 12. Most of them were 8s, most of them were 9s and 7s, but I ran into a lot of people that were 12, 13.
I don't understand. And another gripe with it is when you shoot them, they lose health, but they got 2 bars. They got the white bar, they got the red bar.
Pretty much like a shield. And yeah, exactly.
If I shoot your shield off, why does it regenerate? I don't get that. It's me and my teammate, which I'm going to get rid of it, right? I'm going. It's me and them. If we both shooting you at the same time, your shield should be automatically gone. I don't see the point. if I shoot you, and the other thing the game pissed me off, you run out of ammo so quick. I mean, you will run through a whole clip within 2
Jesus,
seconds.
that is one game where I had like 250 rounds, and I fought 2 people, and I was gone. It was done.
It goes so fast. You'll have like you said, that whole 250 clip, and you'll use the whole 250. I swear within one person. You have to use the whole clip. I don't like that.
And you
That's
better
one
hope
thing-
they're not a level 13 because that whole clip not for to kill them.
It blows me. I hate games that overdo it. I get you want to have a good comeback, and I like the comeback. If I had to rate it 1 through 5, I probably, like I said, give it like a solid 2.5 to a 3. The space exploration,
I'll say 3. Yeah.
The space traveling is a 1. I hate it. It's the dumbest thing on earth.
1 out of 5.
It's a 1. I hate it because it's pointless. You don't need it. You just fast travel everywhere. It's pointless. What's the point of having?
What about the combat in space? How do you feel about that compared to
a 1?
I mean,
It's a 1.
Yeah,
Bro, it's awful.
Yeah.
I had one battle. It was a main mission. I had to stop a ship. And this is one. No. Take it back. Before I get to that, it was the first mission. When they're trying to do pretty much a tutorial to teach you how to
fly. Yeah.
Man, these dummies told me last minute you can lock on once you finally get close enough. Lock on to them, and it's gonna zoom your camera in so you can shoot the ship down. It didn't tell me that I had to move my stuff around from engine to gravity to the other stuff.
Yeah, you have to move. You have to move from the shield, your blasters. Like you have to move those dials. Yeah, the dials.
Yeah, to stop it. But I didn't know that. See, I'm sitting here shooting Buddy, thinking I'm finna dock his ship. Cause I was trying to dock the ship. I was trying to shoot him, knock his shields down. Boom, boom. I'm thinking I'm just saying boom, 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 shoot. My dumb ass out here knocking out the engines. I ain't knock out not one shield because I didn't know what I was doing. They don't explain that until you get forced to just go into it yourself and just learn.
You only knock the engines down to dock. That's really it.
But that's stupid because then you still got to get the shields. But I didn't know that. I had to scroll over. When I did it myself, I'm like, how am I doing? Why is it saying shield now? But then I scrolled over again by accident and it went back to engines. I said, okay, I got that part.
Yeah.
My other gripe with the game, there's no map. What kind of stupid game this big?
You talking about the star
ain't
map?
Got no map. Bro, there's no map. Like not every game got a mini map. There's no mini map. I got to sit here and figure out where to go, how to go, when to go.
You have to go to the star map every time.
Bro, that's stupid, dog.
Of what I don't like or what I think was like one of the biggest things of what they missed that's obvious. Like it's like why is it no map on there?
I think that blew me. That was probably one of the biggest things when I first started playing. I'm thinking, where's the map? Like I'm used to seeing a mini map when you're playing a video game.
I'm maybe I shouldn't compare it to No Man's Sky, but I'm only comparing it to that because that's one of the other space exploration games that I actually enjoyed. Even that map, I thought that map was too expensive. I thought that map was confusing, and a lot of the traveling was because No Man's Sky is huge, and you have to like zoom out to see a whole bunch of other galaxies. I thought that map was too complicated. This one is way on the other side of the spectrum. It is not complicated enough. Like you go to the star map, there's no mini map, like you said. The only thing you have while you're playing around is the watch on the left bottom hand side that just tells you what planet you're on. There's no map at all. The only thing you can do, which is like No Man's Sky, is scan. You can scan for enemies, you can scan for resources, you can scan for other stuff like that you don't know of already. Yeah, cool, that's fine. But when you go to the star map, all you see is Neptune, the moon, Jameson, and the sun. Like that's all you see. You don't see like how expensive it's supposed to be. You do not see it.
I agree with that. I think because let's try to wrap it up a little bit. Because I know Quan want to talk about something else we talked about earlier. Okay. So again, pros, it looks good, solid for what it is. I like the traveling aspect. You can go wherever you want, when you want, whenever you want. It looks solid. Like I said, graphics aren't the best. Performance sucks, but I get to that in a second. The comeback is whatever.
Yeah.
The changing of clothes is dope. The spacesuits is dope.
Yes,
all the
amazing.
outfits,
Yes,
that stuff is dope.
Yes, those
the
amazing.
Ships, great. The customizations of your ship is fantastic. I love that. The customization in the game is phenomenal. In other words, what I'm trying to say.
I think that's a solid. Well, you're going 1 to 5. I think that's a solid 4, 4.5 really for customization alone. Just that alone.
Yeah, I give that.
I love the customization. It's nice.
Customizable? What's customizable about the game?
I mean,
everything. You can customize it from your head to your toes, from your eyeballs to your eyelashes to your nose to your mouth to your ear structure to your skin tone, the way you move. You can have your cheeks can be up here. You look stupid. You can have an ingrown toe hair if you wanted to.
Tattoos, scars. I mean,
Everything.
even when you kill people, you can loot them, and most of the time they have helmets on them, packs, suits, and you can do all that, and you can go sell it as well.
So you can quickly change clothes and stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing I get confused on. I didn't know how to do it at first. I thought you had to just keep pausing the game to then have to go to your inventory.
I thought you have to.
No. See, I learned that you can, when you pause it and you go to your inventory, you have to favorite it. That way, when you want to just instantly switch, you push the down button and then all your stuff pop up. I had to do that.
Do you do the same thing to switching weapons instead of going to your inventory?
Yep. I did. I favorited my favorite weapons, and then
you got to show me that. You got to show me that later because I ran out of ammo. I'm like, okay, start button, inventory. Let me go.
I said the same thing. I was like, that's another one of my cons. They don't tell you nothing. Why is it when I'm in the game, you give me these little baby tutorials that pop up at the bottom of the screen? Oh, shoot down the enemy. That's common sense.
Yeah, like, or I die. Thanks.
They don't tell you how to change clothes, how to get into your inventory, how to get to the star map. They might tell you how to get to the star map, but it might be a quick little pop-up gone. You got to figure out yourself. They don't tell you the direction in which you're supposed to go. They don't tell you when you go to the star map that you got to push the B button again to see what planet you're on. Then when you want to back out of that, you got to push the B button again to see what galaxy.
You got to hold B to exit from the whole screen.
Bro, it's stupid. So I said it's too many cons right now to be a positive. So while I'm doing all this rambling, if I had to rate the game a 1 out of 10, honestly, right now, it's probably gonna be a 4. I'm gonna be real. I like the game. I'm still gonna play it. Maybe within the time span, it's fresh. So maybe within the next few months, I can get to a 6, or 7, or 8. Right now, it's just the cons outweigh the pros for me. I
mean, I don't want to make this video a whole shun Starfield, but I mean, as of right now, like I said, it's still in development, but you still had 2.5, 3 years to figure this out, and not by development. By this being the first weeks, you still should have some of this stuff situated, in my opinion. And maybe they tried to make it hard like this on purpose. Who knows? I don't know. We would have to dive into that more. But right now, I'm gonna say I still like the game. I still love the graphics, and I still like the play. I'm enjoying the play at least. At least I'm enjoying the gameplay. I'm gonna give it like a 5.5.
I think it's the hype that got everybody. The hype, and when you hype up a game so much, you're expecting this just perfect game to come out, which in reality, there's no such thing as perfect game. So when you're expecting something like that, and they hit you with 30 frames per second, I'm not letting that go. That's my biggest problem with the game. I'm not letting that go.
So who do you blame when it comes to the hype? Do you blame us, the consumers? Do you blame Xbox, the Xbox showcase, or do you blame the company? Who do you blame?
Microsoft for this, because if this was supposed to be an Xbox exclusive, we know we ain't had no Xbox exclusive something crazy since Gears of War being hyped, since Halo being hyped. Like, what else was we depending on as Xbox fans?
So we blame Xbox, okay?
So no.
For what is this game
so
called?
What we blame?
So for Starfield to flop like this, dog, for it to be something that's like that, it's like, okay, but I understand it's a free game, and I understand that it's always, the way games that move nowadays, it's like, okay, we drop projects. Just like how Kanye was dropping albums, bro. It's like dropping an album, but you keep updating it. You're going to just keep making changes after. Like, no, okay, let me take that out.
I feel that.
I feel that. Because it's free content, but it's like, all right. Because, I mean, let's do acknowledge that it do take time to make games. So we understand they want to like just put stuff out and like, just have us get it quickly and still make games or whatever. But so we understand that, but
I mean, Terrence, who do we blame for all the hype? Who do we blame?
See, but the hype can go either way. You could blame us. You could blame the company. You can blame Microsoft. You can blame
everybody.
You can blame it, but if I'm personally putting the blame on somebody for the game, it got to be the developers. They the ones make it. They the ones they put the time into it. They the ones make the creative decisions and everything. So I put the blame personally on them.
I mean, don't the developers, of course, they're developing, obviously, but don't the developers and Xbox go hand in hand? Because who on Xbox is saying, "Oh yeah, this game is good. We're gonna launch it."
So that's the part I don't know. I know Xbox is the leading guy now. They're top of the pyramid.
Right.
But I would hope from an Xbox standpoint, I figured they like, okay, just release the game. We're gonna make money. I'm personally think Xbox don't care. They just let it out, make our money. But there's y'all worry about the rest of it, the graphics, performance, how it look, all that stuff. Y'all job. All we care about is making the money part. For example, you and Quan could be my workers, and I'll be like the top pyramid guy. I'm making the money. I don't care how the game look. I just want my money.
I get
And
it. Yeah, I get
I
what you're
want
saying.
y'all to make a good game. I want the game to be good, but at the end of the day, I'm
And
getting
it
paid.
got
What difference does it
and
make?
it ain't got to be perfect. And you don't have to. You're not in those meetings talking about we got to do this, and this. You the top dog, so you don't have to worry
Exactly.
about how it looks. And I get that.
Hey,
And that's
it's
why I say
whatever.
who do we blame?
Hey, it's y'all do whatever, make that game, but by the time this time come, it need to have this many sales.
Exactly.
Facts,
That's
exactly.
it, bro.
And do you think it's fair to say, hey, they're like, okay, we know as developers this game has bugs, but guess what? We are on the time frame, we're on a time scale. We got to release this game, but guess what? We're going to have patches. Do you think that's the conversation they're having?
Yeah, I truly do. I really do think that's a conversation we're having. Like, you're not starting a game into development. I don't know when the game begins in development, but so okay, let's just say, for example, if it started development 2019, 2020, you're gonna tell me between then and now you couldn't get it right?
That's a heck of a long time.
Okay, for example, same thing with that Rockstar garbage when they dropped in trilogies. Awful game. Absolute disgusting awful. Rockstar had nothing to do with it. They did it because they name on it. All they did was put the name on it. They didn't develop it, they didn't touch it, they didn't make it. Grove Street Games made it, some third-party company garbage. And then they had the nerve to slap their name on it. Oh, we made this. This is our game. We want y'all to buy it because our name on it. Then when the game came out, it looked worse than the original trilogy. The original GTA's like San Andreas, Vice City, and GTA 3. It looked worse than that. So I think that's kind of the same thing as here. You have plenty of time to develop it. Why does it look like this? Why does it look so piss poor? That's how I feel about it. At the end of the day, you blame the consumers, but when it's free, can you really blame me? I'm taking it because it's free. If Starfield was $70, I'm not paying that. I'm not paying for no game $70.
Let me tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. I don't know how accurate this article is. It's called Charlie Intel. Starfield was in development for 8 years.
Oh my god!
Since 2015, since 2015, before being released in 2023, and this article was published 3 days ago.
Hey, bro, they told us that for when we first started this whole video.
If I would have known that, I would have been not giving no excuses for nothing. 8 years, almost a decade, and we have these issues. Second week launch.
That's what blows me. These games been in development forever, and you gonna tell me you got all these bugs, all these bugs, yo? Like
we're fighting together. First of all, when you're crouching, how am I still getting hit when I'm literally above something? First of all, and then secondly, why are you in my way? Move.
You know, another problem with the game, besides the crouch, you can't lay down. I've spammed the B button trying to lay down so many times, bro. You can't lay down.
You can only crouch and stand up. Yeah,
I'm thinking I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm spamming my B button, bro.
Double hit B to go ahead and do that lay down real quick. Nah, you can't do it. All you can do is crouch.
It's simple stuff like that irritates me as a gamer, bro.
I said I didn't want to make this video of shunning Starfield, but y'all had 8 years now.
That's over, bro. I'm shunning. I'm still gonna play the game
because I had 8 years.
Hey, Bethesda, bro, straight message to Bethesda, bro. Y'all, this game feel like old, bro. It feel like Skyrim back then, bro. Like the way I know y'all is a really advanced company. Y'all got the talent, y'all got the skill, but bro. It's 2023, dog.
Yeah. In development since 2015, bro.
Come on,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how things can lie, but I mean, I don't see why somebody would lie about when it started in development. I don't see why they would lie about that.
But I think it is a good idea. The whole game. I don't know what the story about, but I do think it is a good idea for them to have this space type Skyrim, this space, because it is it ain't, you can't say, of course it's gonna have this similarities with Skyrim, but it is completely different from Skyrim. So I can respect Bethesda for having these two skills up underneath a belt, you know, it being two cool games. And you know, I do think with this game it do got a lot of hope in the future, bro. I do think, all right, yeah, y'all can tighten this up. Maybe another 8 years, bro. Maybe another 8 years will be good.
I don't know if you can pull it up right now, but is there a way you can look up like sales so far?
All right, let me look it up.
See, that's weird because the game was on Game Pass, but I seen people playing it earlier, but then I found that they was playing it earlier because they bought it.
Yeah, they bought it. It came out like a week before, I think.
Who buys a game that's on Game Pass?
Casuals. People that don't know.
It's weird.
They got over 1 million players on premium edition on both Steam and Xbox.
Damn.
So that's
a lot
over.
of people.
Yeah.
What, just 2 weeks or the very first week? Like the first week it came out, or the Game Pass week, or both? If it specifies, I don't know what you're reading, if it specifies or not, but I'm just curious.
This was just a day ago, so I don't know.
So probably Game Pass, or probably all of it, really. I mean, that's a lot of people. So when you're making numbers like that, like you say, I mean, the top dogs ain't worried about what you're releasing because they getting their money regardless.
Exactly.
And I'm so tired. Every time we talk about this, I'm so tired of having to come to that conclusion. Like, I'm not going to get a good game because it's about money. I'm tired of feeling like it's going to be that type of situation. And you was excited for it. You was more excited for it than I was. But I was excited because I really love No Man's Sky. And I was like, yeah, Starfield, this is going to be great. Like, I can't wait till it comes out.
Okay, so before we continue,
hold up, before you continue, Don. Hey, we gotta learn stop putting trust in these companies, bro. Go ahead, Terrence.
I mean,
that's exactly what I was about to say. We gotta start doing that, bro. We gotta start doing it to ourselves. But if anybody watching this and you comment down below, just don't buy the game, get the hell off this video. Don't come back with that negative BS. Don't tell me not to buy the video game. Don't tell me not to come to the video game.
Yeah,
thank you.
Don't be a yes man.
With people who, and this is coming with 2K. Niggas love to say that with 2K. You know the game is garbage, but you still buy it. Well, don't buy the game. Well, don't make a bad game.
They feel like they don't have a choice because 2K is the only thing that we have. And I'm not giving you an excuse for it. I'm telling you this is how these people are thinking. Remember we read those comments just the other day. What was that, yesterday or the day before? Where people was like, yeah, well, we're gonna get the same game again. I'm still getting 2K24. Yeah, me too. Shaking my head. People still do it. I mean, they feel like they don't have a choice because this is what the company made us feel like. Not me.
Oh,
them, not me.
So let's move on to the next part of this podcast.
Yep.
Me and Quan was talking about he didn't like the fact that Starfield is Series X exclusive. Not exclusive. I think it's on PC too, obviously, but it's not on Xbox One.
Is it on PC? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on PC. It's on Xbox.
So it's
Series X and S.
So it's just Series SX and PC.
Yeah, and it's not Xbox One.
Yeah, let's talk about this next. Why stuff?
This is a no-brainer for me, but I'll let you talk.
Why is it next gen exclusive? Oh, what you say, Don?
I say it's a no-brainer for me, but I'll let you talk. I'm not saying it's right, but
I'm saying it's right.
Okay, well, we'll get to you last. This is my thesis behind it. When we got the Xbox Series, when did the S and X next gen come out? Like roughly 3 years ago?
2020.
2020. Okay. The minute that happened, they have already shown us glimpses of what they were trying to do, and they were trying to phase out the old console. Well, some games, 2K, you can't play with your friends now. They got next gen. You gotta keep the regular version. They have been doing that slowly to get people to get the Series S and X. It's all about marketing. So I understand that it's not cool, but at the same time, they're trying to get people to buy these new systems, and they think that they can highlight these games to make people do that. And that's just what it is, and I'm just being truthful.
And look what it separates, bro. Look what that affects. Games not having the same screen. What is that called? 2 player on the same screen, bro. Come on, it's just separates.
Split screen,
bro. Why y'all taking
this?
This?
Telling you.
Come on.
I mean, I predict by I'm
next
giving
year.
it 2.
It's
I'm really giving it the next 2 years. You're saying next year. I'm giving it really until like 2025.
Bro, it's over.
I'm giving it to 2025. They're gonna phase all of it out. It's just gonna be SOL.
Why can you blame the company though for moving forward? It's time, bro. It's been 3 years. Next year will be November will be 3 years since the Series X and S dropped. It's time to move on. They did it for the Series X. I mean, they did it for the 360 when the Xbox One came out. You have to progress, but you can't stay back, bro. That's not how it works. Why should a company settle for less?
How much is the Series S? How much is the Series S? How much is the white one? Is it S? I'm tripping.
Yeah, the white one is S, so that one is like 300, I think. The one we got was 500. Series X.
Which is Series X. Okay.
It's not even about the price though. It's about a company moving forward and progressing the game, bro. Why should they say back and settle and have to spend extra cash? Imagine having to spend extra cash and porting out another game from another system.
I mean,
that you can just abolish. It's time.
To Quan's point, he can say something after this. If you're making a console cheaper, you technically will get more people to go to your next gen console. I think money was the issue. I think money was the issue for a lot of people that didn't have it. Dropping 350 was not just easy, and I'm just being real.
It's not even about the consumers like buying the cheaper console. It's about the company. Think about it. But like I already said, why? GTA 6 just say come out right now. GTA 6 would have come out on an Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X and S, PC, because you know they're gonna get, and a PS5. Why would these companies waste their time putting on a PS4 to Xbox One? And I think that's it. That's it. Them two. Why would they waste their time putting on those two consoles, wasting money, wasting resources when it can go to the newer console? It's time to stop wasting time on these older consoles.
You know why, bro? Because it's about the customer. It's about the little kid playing with their brother at the end of the day. Why did they held on for the have GTA 5 on 360 and PS3 for all them years? They did that, bro. And what you think? Don't you think that still had an effect over all of those years that Grand Theft Auto been out since 2014? Don't you think that had an effect on the community? Everybody being able to play on the last gen, the previous gen before that. You think people not like appreciating that? No, that's the thing that the poor community is gonna need. Like it's about the bottom feeder, bro. It's about the bottom consumer.
And speaking from an emotional standpoint, bro. It's about business. It's business. Like you cannot provide, bro.
Hold up, bro. And then you talking about how much money, waste money, bro.
It's a waste to continue to provide. It's a waste. Why would you spend extra money on something you don't have to waste your time on?
And this is what I'm. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
How much more? Okay, let me just say this. How much more money is you spending on porting the game?
Do you know how much money? I don't know personally, but I can guarantee it's costing them a penny and a leg to consistently support these older consoles.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but even then, why would I? Okay, what am I making a new console for if I'm just gonna keep supporting the old?
Yeah.
What's the point?
It's like what iPhones. Every year they release a new iPhone, and every year, little by little, they make it harder. Your phone battery go dead. Your phone software hardware slows down. They are trying to make you progress with them. With the point of view from Terrence, I get that, but I also see what you're saying. I'm smack in the middle. I understand they have to progress, and they're not worried about the minority because they know the majority of people are going to get the S or the XS. I understand that. It is a business at the end of the day, and really, realistically, they're not worried about the people that can't get it or not because they know most of the people are going to get it. I agree with that part, but I also agree with you where I really do feel like there is a strategic way to bring more people into it by dropping prices. That's personally me. I see it both ways though. I see what Terrence saying. I see what you're saying.
Prices because that's going to cost the company money. I'm not dropping my prices because you can't afford something that I'm making for you. $300 is cheap enough.
Money. No, that's also going to cost
thank you,
money.
Tim. Thank you. It's going to cost the company more money.
I'm telling them. I'm saying at first when they stop making the regular Xbox One, that's going to cost them money because the people who still have it.
It's not.
It's not going to force nobody
a dime.
No, it's not going to cost them no money. They're not going to make money as fast as you think they are.
They're not making money off those older consoles anymore. It's over. Xbox and this one thing I like about Xbox, they had the smarter plan. A lot of their games is on PC now because a lot of people got PC. That's smart. They got the PC streaming community. They got the cloud community. That's genius. You got that on route. PlayStation ain't got. I don't know what the hell PlayStation do because I don't play PlayStation. But PlayStation, I know for a fact, isn't as big within the cloud like Microsoft because Microsoft. We talk about Microsoft here. They're making their money from the cloud. They're making their money from people with the newer consoles and the PC. Again, why am I wasting my time supporting people from this oldest console, wasting valuable resources and money that it takes to update these games that I can be using on my new game system? Like 2K, for example, 2K. I don't know if they still do it for the old Xbox One no more, but when they was doing the Xbox One version and the new Series X and S version, why do I continue to waste my hard-working money? Because these companies spend money on these resources and these computer programs and all this other stuff that go into these games. They spend money on it. So why are you porting two different copies that the ones nobody finna buy? You might have a little majority that's gonna buy that. You got the majority and you got the minority. I'm going towards the majority. I need to make my money back.
That's what the business is doing. Yeah.
Bro,
I feel like you can compromise on
there is no compromising. After a certain amount of time, it's over.
But think about it, if you have a set amount of people, or if you know sales won't go after a certain amount, over a certain amount, why not just make less of it instead of just trying to completely cut it off.
That goes
Because you're
back to
still
the
gonna make
majority.
money.
Exactly, bro.
That goes back to the majority and the minority. You gonna spend your hard. You gonna work hard
mean-
for the majority, or you gonna work hard for the minority?
let me say something real quick. We are talking about a huge company worth billions.
Right.
They're not going. They're
It's
not
billions
going to be.
of dollars.
Yeah, Tim. But because you're billions, it's not like we're talking about a small company that can say, "Hey, we need to increase our revenue. We need to and also increase the audience and the consumers we get. So maybe we do drop this game." So and so amount of dollars, because we're talking about a big company that they know they're going to have a whole bunch of people following them. It's a Terrence point. Like, I understand that it's not cool, but if you're a $1 billion company, you're not worried about the Xbox One people. I'm just being real. You're not. I understand it sucks, and that's why I was saying I agree with how it sucks for certain things, Quan. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a $1 billion company. We're not talking about a startup that can say, "Hey, we're trying to build this revenue and our audience, so how about we meet in the middle?" They don't have to do that anymore because they're so huge.
You know what, bro? I'm gonna say this, bro. I feel like these companies, yeah, you saying it's a $1 billion company, that's why they ain't even worry about that at all. But that's why it go back to what we gonna constantly be bringing up in all of our videos, because it's about the horrible gaming industry or just horrible corporate. Yeah. It's like, bro, they need to move. I think companies need to move more like Tesla, Elon Musk, where it's less about the money and it's more about like pushing forward, or not even pushing forward, because you said pushing forward with moving it to next gen, which I don't think that's pushing forward. That's like minimizing front of people.
So what do you think is pushing forward in this situation?
Pushing forward, like making new functions, bro. That's good for the people, bro.
That's a waste of money. That's a waste of money.
To Terrence,
bump the money though. Bump the money.
How can you make new functions? How can you make new software and new hardware and new functions with old gaming models?
But
that's a waste of my resources. That's a waste.
No, I think what he's saying is like the only difference between the Xbox Series besides graphics and gaming space,
performance.
Performance and speed.
It's everything.
And storage.
It's a stronger console.
It's a stronger console, yeah.
But
it costs twice as much to make versus the Xbox One. I'm not spending my valuable time, resources, and material on an older console.
But you spend all your money on pretty much the same bugs, though.
What?
Well, we can't control that, though, Tim. We're talking about consumers in next gen versus Xbox Series. I mean, and technically, you're not really probably getting the same bugs. So I remember people that had regular 2K were having other issues that Series X and S wasn't.
I want y'all to really put yourself in the mindset of a businessman, the top owner. I want y'all to put yourself in that spot. You finna spend your money on somebody who can't afford something, or the person that can't afford something.
That's what I said. It is about money at the end of the day. For most people, it's about money. I'm not saying it's for us, but I'm saying it is for most. Go ahead, I'm back.
Bro, as a businessman, bro. Hey, I'm gonna be having my eyes. I'm gonna move like Elon Musk slick, bro. I'm gonna be thinking about, man, what's gonna make the customer most excitement? Cause on this, bro, what's happening right now? Yeah, y'all making it for next gen, and you think that's yeah, push it forward, bro. At the end of the day, bro, the customer is not excited and
wait, so what is you keep bringing up Elon Musk? Hold on, real quick. You keep bringing up Elon Musk. What is Elon Musk doing?
Not a damn thing.
More drives to consumer other than revenue.
Nothing.
I just need to know.
Okay,
I need to know
because a $50,000 car is not customer friendly in no type of way possible.
Look, bro. Look. Okay, I ain't saying probably. Okay, I'm just saying like as I replace Elon Musk with Kanye West. Like just about the people that make it like just do actually new stuff, bro. Because these companies is not. You think these companies finna think, let's do something new? No, it's about the same formula, whatever is working to get the most money out of it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's where it's gonna be like, okay, eventually it's gonna fully break instead of it being like where it's like new stuff. Let's try something new. If it whatever, but it's something the people gonna talk about. It's something that's gonna be excited. Something we gonna remember. We gonna respect them for trying something or trying to give us something new. You know.
I mean, I get that.
In other words, he pretty much saying like, it's cool. Like your main focus should be to upgrade the performance. That should be your main focus in the next gen.
No.
But your selling point shouldn't be the fact that you just get extra. You can download more games and it runs smoother. That should be your main
important.
focus.
That's important.
Hear what I'm saying. I'm saying
because then why am I buying the new console?
No. Hear what I am saying.
My bad.
I am saying that should be your main focus regardless. You shouldn't promote that.
That's
next
what I'm
gen,
promoting to make money.
Next gen, I'm expecting better, like just better. Like,
so question. So what should they be promoting?
Bro, it should be something about bro. Okay, I can tell you
like how they did the
look at him
Connect.
like that.
No, prime example, like how they did the Connect.
What you
that
mean?
Shit was
Connect?
hard at like they tried to branch out. That shit was hard at first.
Oh no,
hold on. Awful.
Hold on, Tim. Hold on.
No, I'm saying when it first came out.
Elaborate on the Connect. Elaborate.
No, I'm saying just going outside of the usual. Just it's the same bullshit game. You can't go too far.
Bro, look,
it's a certain area, bro.
Okay, I was just making sure. What were you saying, Quan?
Something that was last groundbreaking, something that was really excitement, but that was bare minimum, bro. That's what I'm saying. It'd be the bare minimum stuff. But something that was so exciting was when I saw the proximity stuff, close proximity on Warzone or just Call of Duty period, or just shooting games period. When somebody about to die and it's like they last words. Bro.
But I thought that was a functionality from Call of Duty itself, not Xbox.
It was from Call of Duty.
Whoever.
But hold on. Didn't Xbox own the company that made Call of Duty?
No, they just bought that recently. That was this year.
I'm saying you can still have that same cross proximity functionality on PC.
No. Let me go back.
PS5.
Go back to 2013 when the Xbox One came out. Y'all was saying the same thing when it was $500.
About what?
The Xbox One when it was $500. Y'all was saying the same thing.
No,
$500 when it first came out.
What I'm saying is.
Damn, it was.
What I'm saying is when you make a next gen game, I'm expecting
better.
No, yes, I expect better, but it shouldn't just be extra space and like move faster.
I get what Tim is saying.
No, Terrence,
I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all.
Terrence, I'm saying it should have that, but I'm saying that shouldn't be promoted. It should have that just because it's the next gen.
That should be promoted because I gotta compete against PlayStation and PC. I gotta compete.
Terrence, I'm talking about all gaming systems. I'm talking about all gaming systems. Not just Xbox, not just PlayStation. I'm talking about when they come out with the next gen, it shouldn't be, you get to download 20 games now and it moves 60 frames.
That's a selling point though. I'm trying to sell you something.
But what I'm saying, that shit is old. That shit is boring.
That's old to somebody like you. To somebody new, they want that. They want the faster speed. They want the higher performance. They want the higher resolution. They want the faster frames per second. They want that.
No,
I want that. I'm not buying a console for it to be the same as the last one.
Terrence, I'm not saying don't have it. I'm saying promote something else to grab me. That shouldn't be what grabs me.
That's the thing. We're gamers. When you promoting stuff for games, all you can promote is the games. That's gonna come out with it, obviously.
No.
How it performs, how it works, what's coming with it.
Hold on. PlayStation came out with the VR.
Hold on, Tim.
If they would have focused more on that, I feel like they would have outsold Xbox because that's next gen gaming. You get what I'm saying?
They did outsell Xbox.
So I know because that's next gen gaming. It shouldn't just be higher resolution, higher this. That should be mandatory. Is what I'm saying.
No. Hold on.
Why shouldn't that be mandatory?
Hold. Let Don go first, right quick.
This is the question I'm trying to ask you. I'm not trying to cut y'all off, but this is a question that I want to ask before I forget it. You're saying they should not promote these things. What should they be promoting then? That's my only question.
I'm not saying completely not promote it.
But give me examples of what they should promote. Yeah, I mean you have an argument. Your
prime example, like how PlayStation promoted the VR.
That VR didn't even sell well though.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if they would have,
that's nothing new though. Like other companies are already doing that.
It's an example. What I'm saying though is, if they would have focused more on that type of gaming instead of trying to keep it with the controller, then that would have been like, okay, now it's next gen.
See, you sold me on the controller. If you would have said, like they're promoting new controllers with better grip. That's a
or
selling. That's something I want to hear. That's
Don't
good.
they have that?
I mean, that's still good too.
No, bro,
but what I'm saying, like, you know how like in the VR, like, or like prime example, like how the Wii had you doing all that extra shit, like nobody wants to just sit there and play a game anymore.
Y'all are
all the
thinking
time
from a consumer standpoint. You gotta think business.
But you gotta, you can't just think business and think.
Well, yes, when you're a top exec, all I care about is money. I want money.
I mean, that's different. That's different.
That's what we're speaking from an executive standpoint.
But that's what this conversation is. This is a business. This is a business perspective.
Again, I'm not holding my good. Yeah, see, y'all be saying Xbox don't give y'all none. They give y'all niggas new controllers every week, new pieces to the controller. New piece to the controller is gonna make the controller better gripping systems. A new HUID they just put into the game that makes it a lot easier to maneuver around the system. They took all the other old BS out, all them old bugs that was within the system. That's new stuff that people need within the game.
I'm not saying they don't need it. I'm saying
that's important.
Something. I'm not saying
you promote. That's what you're supposed to promote.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying don't make it mandatory in promoting.
That is mandatory. Do you want? Okay,
bruh,
so you no
promote it, but no, get another attention grabber, bro.
No, for example, no. I mean,
because I ain't gonna cap to you. A lot of these graphics are starting to look the same to me. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe I'm just getting fucking old.
Okay, for example, so I'm gonna use two cars. You got a Mercedes. Let's say 2020. You go get the 2021, it looks exactly the same to you, but it's different features within that new car that you can't have in the old car. What's your selling point on that? It's the newer features within the new car, right? It might be minor features, but it's new features within that new car. You might not have heated seats in your one car, but you got heated seats in your next car. You might not have for example, your AC might not be the best in your 2020, but in 2021 you got that perfect AC. This nigga left, but you got the tire structure. Your tires might not be the best within your new car. I'm just trying to make examples for it, but you got to think professionally sometimes. Like you thinking from a consumer standpoint. That's not the way you're supposed to think when you think of the new ways to update and make my console first of all more efficient. That's one. That's something to talk about. You got to make you want to make your console more efficient because
my bad. Everybody was calling me.
Nah, you good.
Put your phone do not disturb.
You got to make the console efficient. You want a console that don't run properly? No, that's a selling point. I want something that's gonna run efficient. I want something that's gonna look good. Xbox biggest promotion when it first came out, we're the most powerful console ever, and they are. They're not lying. Everything run 4K, 60 frames. The newer games anyway, and the frame rate I can't really blame Xbox. That depends on the game and company, which is kind of sad. Again, I'm not gonna explain that, but that's selling points. Those are promotional things that people need to hear about. We're talking about tech. We're talking about hardware. Like, I'm legit going to school for this stuff. This stuff is important, bro. Like, I'm not finna go buy a TV that I can get cheaper at another store with the same stuff in it. Like, I get y'all talking cheaper, fine. But the cheaper is not gonna always have the better hardware in it. Upgrades mean new hardware. Upgrades mean new technology. We're living in a time where technology is at a prevalency and you gotta consistently keep moving. Like, you can't wait and stay. I don't really know. You can't always be consumer. You can't always be customer friendly. Yeah, you can't stay stagnant. Like, stuff like that matters. Like, y'all keep trying to blow off the fact that the HUIDs don't matter or something like that doesn't matter. Y'all keep trying to blow off that the new stores don't matter.
We weren't saying it don't matter, bro. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't saying none of that stuff don't matter. It's just like, bro, what's or something that should be more focused on, which I'm saying would be more cool for the community, is stuff when it's more focused on it being for the low people and it's for the fun.
True.
Like, more fun and compatible for each other.
Like Terrence, think about it. When you're making a game, what's your main focus on the game?
Money.
Main focus is us having
I'm talking
fun,
about when
bro.
you make the game.
Money. I'm trying to make money. I'm not doing this for free.
Well, we're also the same. Hold on. We're also the same people that said Xbox don't care about the enjoyment of our games. So what else can it be for?
Y'all talking from a consumer standpoint. It's about money. That's it, bro. It's about money.
Well, of course it's about money.
It's not about enjoyment. We're not enjoying no games. It can't be because they purely want us to enjoy it. So what is it about? Tell me.
Go back. No. Go.
That's why it's wrong, because it's supposed to be about the fun, the enjoyment, not about the money.
See, but this whole conversation went left. The whole initial conversation was about why is it that they make new consoles and we got to keep upgrading and leave the old one behind?
Yeah.
Money. It's that simple. I'm not spending
But
my
bro, they got the
hard-earned
money.
resources.
Why do you
Money
think
and
they don't got enough money to afford
Because
that?
you're wasting the money that you have going backwards for them.
Do you
That's a
understand?
waste.
Bro, do you
That
understand?
is a waste of big companies. That's a waste.
Hold up. Do y'all think these companies is poor? Do you understand how much money
$10 million might not sound nothing to you, but to them, that's a lot of money they're wasting.
Bro,
10 million sound like a lot to you, but 10 million versus I'm wasting 10 million on hardware that I can throw in the trash. Why would I do that?
Yeah,
that's a waste of my budget.
Don, where was the facts, bro? Where was the how much that shit costs to port? Cause
I couldn't really figure it out. I really couldn't figure it out. It was a lot.
You're just making my point.
Why
am I spending 10 million on something that's useless to me now? That 10 million is a lot of money to these companies. That's a lot of money you're wasting on old garbage. It's time.
I'm telling you,
because you're more than likely gonna make that back.
You're not making that back from consistently giving somebody who can't afford to upgrade. That's not their problem. They don't care.
Oh no, I ain't saying giving.
They're in those meetings.
Bro, you acting like they ain't blowing their money on the interaction games. Like they don't got that option also to do that on the old gens. They still let them go to
waste. You see, you hearing me, but you're not.
It is a waste of money.
That's a waste of. Thank you, Tim. That's a waste of money. I'm not. Bro. But okay, like I said with the 2K thing, they got an Xbox One. I don't know if they still got it now, but the Xbox One version and a new Series X and S version. Which one you think gonna make the most money?
Of course, the new one, but they gonna
the one with the most systems,
bro.
Which is S and X for sure. I mean, that's okay, but I understand. Like
it's not a negative
because
you're making money.
It's a negative because you're wasting money.
That's not.
Do you know how much money they spend to port them games?
I don't.
But the games don't have the same features.
Hold on.
Exactly. Why am I gonna give you the same amount of features that I can put in my new game? I need people to go here, not there. I'm trying to get you
So if you just keep it regular and don't add that,
the old consoles also can't support that stuff.
Y'all have this is the part where I agree with y'all until this extent, because now it is a little more emotional than anything. Because let's just be real. We all work. Are you just gonna give your money to somebody for free? No. It's the same concept. Same exact concept.
I'm not saying give your money. I'm not saying give your money for free.
In this case, they're losing money for nothing.
They're losing money on them old games.
Imagine having to put your time. No. Like back to the 2K
like
thing,
where
bro.
are the statistics for this?
No. Listen, bro. Listen. Think, bro. The 2K thing, like I said, the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X. Y'all saying they should put the same, like, okay. Let's just say for example, Xbox One didn't have my career, like Series X do. If Xbox didn't have my career, it's one for a reason, wasting my money. 2, it can't support it because the hardware can't support it no more. It just cannot fit the same amount of features that this one can. So why would I spend my money on something that can't even support it? I think that's the biggest thing y'all missing. Y'all missing the fact that these small consoles can't support the stuff that the new ones can. That's why they leave the old consoles back. These are stronger consoles.
You know the numbers of how much it costs to port it though?
I'm not even talking about trying to port it. I'm talking about from a think, bro. Why? If this is okay, you're limited to something. If you're limited to doing something, I'm gonna go get the next person that's not limited. I'm gonna get the stronger person who can go do this for them. It's the same with consoles. But the Series S the Xbox One is limited to certain capabilities. They can't do the same thing that the PS5 and the Series S and S can do, or PC, because that's the super high.
I was never arguing that, of course. But
that's the whole point right there. Like you can't. You can't keep supporting.
Okay. Hold on. I got some numbers. Like I said, I don't like to say every article is authentic, but this came out. This is for 2023 so far. January 2023 is the 27th month the Xbox Series X and S has been available. In the latest month, the graph grew in favor of the Xbox Series S when compared to the aligned launch of the Xbox One by 170,000 more units. As far as the lead of worldwide, Xbox Series leads 20 million, and they have almost 2 million more lead than Xbox One. That's a lot of people, y'all. Think about it. That's 2 million people. 2 million people.
2 million people
for one console. That is millions.
Can we be
Millions.
fair though? Hold on. Can we be fair though? Are we gonna really sit here and act like COVID didn't play a part in affecting those numbers?
COVID did play a part of not these
Hold
numbers.
up.
These numbers is just
I mean,
January
no.
2023.
Think about it. COVID kept everybody in the house, is what I'm saying. So everybody had to occupy themselves with something. So, let's come out with the next gen. Perfect
But them
timing.
That
consoles
was
been
before
in development
COVID. That was
way
before COVID.
before
That's not a good
COVID.
argument. That's not a good argument.
Them
Yes.
consoles been in
I
development
thought it
before
was
COVID even existed.
Yeah, that was way before 2020. Y'all
No,
forgetting.
but okay, even if it came out before, I'm saying
No,
you don't
it
think
came
the
out in
sales.
2020.
No, okay, then you don't think the sales spiked just because people needed shit to do
No.
when they're at
No, because
home?
remember how hard it was to get an Xbox Series X Series. You know what I'm talking about? The black one, the
Yeah.
one we had. It was super hard to get one. I tried to get one for months and I couldn't get one. So they were not in development and being out there as you think they were. None of them were at the time. Now, when you go to Walmart, you still see the S over the X.
Why weren't they overdeveloped?
Something with the chip. It was some hardware issues, and they couldn't produce a lot at one time.
Okay, so
Allegedly,
bro, I think I'm confused, bro, with y'all takes on this. Y'all essentially saying y'all will stay backwards instead of moving forward, because that's exactly what y'all saying.
I'm not
no,
saying
they're saying give more functionality to the people that have the older console. That's all I
No,
think.
for what? It
Bro,
can't
hold up.
support it. That's my biggest thing. Y'all not understanding. It can't support it no more.
Please, bro.
I'm not saying stay backwards.
Terrence, I need you to understand,
Jesus.
bro. Why do you exactly think it's them being held back? Like just because they keeping that the old parts, bro. You still
That's how I know you're not listening to what I'm saying. The Xbox One does not have the capabilities that the Series S and X have. At that standpoint, right there, why am I still wasting my money on that? Not me, but the company. Capabilities, strength, power, stuff like that matters in console. So why am I still wasting pennies on the dollar with this when I can do this?
Okay, so GTA 5 on the next gen, was it not stronger than GTA 5 on the old gen?
You talking about, did you say now on the Series X?
When it was on PS3, is that not weaker than the one on PS4?
Yeah, it's weaker. Yes, that's the point I'm making. That's why they left the 360. When the Xbox One got to a certain period of time, like a good 3-4 years within, the 360 got dropped.
The Xbox One did not reach current.
Bro.
Oh, hold on. Look, the Xbox One did not reach current Xbox Series XS sales until month 30 when it sold 20.72 million units. It took 30 months to get to that.
Damn,
that's a lot of people, y'all.
Then did it ever stop? Did it ever?
Bro, the
surprisingly, Xbox One numbers going up, but I mean, compared to this year, I mean, it's millions ahead.
Okay, exactly. So that's
what he's talking about. The Series X is
Series S and X is millions ahead.
It's not even close. It's not close.
It's not close. People still have it, but they're definitely trying to get people to get to the newer systems.
It's like you carrying dead. You're trying to bring dead weight with you, like a friend of yours that's a bum that you're trying to bring with you. In other words,
oh wow,
that's essentially what it is. It's something's dragging you down. You trying to progress, but something's dragging you down. That's exactly what this is. It's time, bro. Every console has its lifespan. The Xbox One is done. It's over.
I mean, how many years has it been?
It's been since 2013. It's been since we graduated high school, bro.
It's a decade. It's been
2013.
It's been since we graduated, bro.
The Series X been out for 3 years, bro.
How long they held on 360, bro? And PS.
It was 05 to 2013.
From 360 to Xbox One, it was 05 to 2013.
No, when did they last cut the 360 servers off?
I don't know.
I mean,
record.
Whatever game, whatever we're gonna use.
Yeah, I mean,
it had to be like 2014.
No, I mean, I think they'll probably do it a couple years in because they know people are still transitioning. So it probably wasn't really.
Hold on, I got y'all. It's I typed in when did the Xbox 360 server show? They say July 29, 2024. I don't understand that part, but it says 7 years after its discontinued production. But the Xbox 360 video game consoles, Microsoft announced Thursday it will shut down. It will shut down the system digital storefront on July 29, 2024, which is next year.
So you telling
wait for 360?
Yeah. No, the 360's been discontinued. They stopped making it years ago, but the servers are still
open.
on.
Okay,
Damn, I'm surprised they're still open.
exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro.
You know what I mean? People still play 360s.
But I mean, I'm just.
I'm
saying
talking
this
about
shit a long
streaming
time.
this shit on YouTube, bro.
Exactly, bro. But that's what
They're
I'm saying.
not planning 360. It's backwards compatibility. That's another thing that y'all just floss right over. Like, that's not a good feature to have. That's something to promote.
That's
Why? If I can do that,
that's,
why am I
that's
still
going
producing
back.
for that?
Hold on, that's going back to my point, Terrence. Why not promote the backwards compatibility more?
They are on the
Instead-
Series X.
No, instead of saying no, the main focus of the new Series X was the gameplay and the storage.
and
it
to
wasn't
be able to go back.
They what I'm saying is it should have been, instead of that should have been mandatory. I'm not saying
No,
they
it
shouldn't have it. It should be mandatory.
No, it shouldn't be.
Why? It's next gen gaming?
Why should it be mandatory for people that don't need it to be? It's money,
Bro.
No, listen to what I'm saying. If you're saying next gen gaming, why is it not mandatory for it to not be better than the original Xbox One?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Why do you think?
I'm
saying
confused.
No,
I'm saying promote the backwards. I'm saying promote the backwards compatibility over the storage and how fast it was.
Okay,
I'm not
so
saying don't
No,
promote it.
no,
Hold
because
on,
that's
hold on.
something new. That's storage.
But backwards compatibility should be what grabs the customer, not just because the game moved
This
faster.
is where
when
I feel
niggas
like
buy
y'all are bumping
games.
heads.
But hold on, when niggas buy games, they expect that shit.
Hold on, let Doug go first.
This is where I feel like y'all are bumping heads, and I'm just trying to make the argument on both ends clear and concise. Terrence, you're basically saying they should promote that because that's what people are looking for. Correct, great. Tim's argument, and I guess Quan's to a certain extent, is they shouldn't make that the headline of what they're promoting.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't promote it. I'm not saying don't promote it.
Hold on.
But your headline, for me, I felt like a lot of people would have bought the new Series X faster if they announced the backwards compatibility.
Exactly.
They had already announced
which is debatable.
No, I'm saying they didn't promote it more than, oh, you get this many gigabytes or tetrabytes. You get tetrabytes now.
I'm gonna hold you right there. Because when we was on Xbox One, and them slow ass loading screens, it took about 6 to 7 minutes to load up. Y'all niggas was sitting there complaining like the rest of us. But now we got instant loading straight into games. Y'all niggas ain't doing no complaining.
Terrence, hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't promote
That's something to promote.
I'm
like
not saying don't promote it. I am saying
that's important.
It is important, but it's not more important than backwards Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But backwards compatibility was already in the Xbox One. So if you know that's coming to yes, it was. It was already they put it in the Xbox One. So
but
if
it was for certain games then though. They made it for all games now.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
It was for certain games.
It's not for every game now.
Certain games.
It was for a lot of titles.
You're right. It did. It started for certain games, but it's still like that. No, it's not for every Xbox game.
That's what I'm saying. This new Xbox Series S, what I'm saying is when I went to go buy my Series S, I expected it to move better than the Xbox One. I expected that. I would have took the shit back if it didn't. What I'm saying is the attention grabber should have been, my attention grabber was that, oh, you can play older games.
Bro, backwards compatibility
do that.
But they made it better. What I'm saying,
they made the performance better. You just making my point.
No, you're making my point as well. I'm not saying don't have it. I'm not saying it's not important, Terrence. I'm saying
I think y'all missing the point to where it's like y'all missing it. We as consumers were whining and complaining, as we should have. We had the right to, when them screens were taking too long to load, when the games didn't want to load up. This with the next what's it called? With the new consoles that we have now. The fact that we have the ability to just instantly load in, that matters to me. I don't know about the casual, but to me, that matters. Something like that where you can just instantly load into a game instead of having to wait 6-7 minutes on a stupid ass loading screen where it's going back and back and back and forth. You shouldn't have to wait the whole time. You might not even get into the game. That matters. Processing, that matters. Newer graphics, obviously, graphics and frame rate, all that's gonna matter because that's still something to promote. You go from being locked at 30 frames per second on all the older games, now you cap that at 60. That's a huge leap. That's something that you should talk about. That should be one of your first pinpointed things to talk about in general. Not just the fact that you can do I'm struggling to say that too. Backwards compatibility that was in the Xbox One. Cool, you can do it for more games now. That's great, but it was already in the Xbox One, so
No,
that's
I'm
nothing you need
saying
to
it
touch
should
on.
be focused. That should have been focused. Terrence, next gen gaming. Whenever you hear next gen gaming, don't you expect it to move faster than the original system or the current gen? Just answer that question. Don't you expect it though? Just answer that question.
They said the same thing for the Xbox One though. When it first came out after the 360 and all that good stuff, this newer gen is faster and all that, and it was just as slow as the 360.
You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I still hear you.
I mean,
I disagree.
But it was just as slow as the 360.
I mean, it was slow. But what I'm saying is, that should have been it's mandatory, is what I'm saying. You shouldn't get the same. Mandatory. Like, okay, let's say it took what 10 years in between the Series S and the regular S. It was been about what 10 years since that game came out.
You said who?
The Series S and the Xbox One S. How long is what? Almost a decade, right?
Series S and Xbox One S.
Okay, when the Xbox One first came out, and until
you talking about the white Xbox? Xbox One?
No, just the Xbox One in general. When it first came out, 2013, until the new system came out, that was almost 10 years. Let's say in the next 10 years, a new system come out. Are you still expecting the Series S like how that, but just what, better graphics? Or do you expect better from it? That's what I'm asking you.
I think you and Quan misunderstood like the whole presence of the conversation. The conversation was, what's the point of holding? In other words, holding the people who play Xbox one hand when I gotta focus on my new task people.
Oh, I've been agreeing with you on that. I thought we switched subjects.
So what is your standpoint?
I'm saying I feel like it doesn't negate the money. I don't think they should keep it, but I don't think it negates them.
See, that's the thing. I don't think y'all quite understand how business works. That's losing the profits.
That's not
losing
keeping.
Profits
that's not
is no bueno.
Money. That's not
nah, but I feel like, okay, if you know a lot of if you want a lot of your consumers to move forward, why are you still putting that money into that system? You should have been stopped making them.
See, I get what you're saying right there, but you got to think from this standpoint. When the Xbox Series S first came out, it was hard time to get and all the good stuff, and I get that part, understandable. But the majority still had the Xbox One, so I'm still gonna put my resources into that until the majority can get my Series X and S. That's when I'm gonna stop.
But this is what I'm saying. By that time as well, damn near everybody had either the Xbox One S or the P4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if the majority has this, I'm going to supply this with more until the majority gets that.
You can save money. Why are you still making more of those game systems? That you can cut off on that.
Because that's the point. The majority still has it. Majority will always win over the minority. So
Terrence,
the majority was still Xbox One.
Terrence, look what I'm saying. Yes, the majority still all had Xbox Ones. And you're trying to promote your new Series S. Stop the production of the Xbox One. Everybody has one. That's what I'm saying. You can still focus on like the games for it and stuff like that. But as far as you trying to promote the new Series S, you should have been stopped production of that new system.
Hold on.
What Quan go?
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying, but I do feel like there is some miscommunication gaps within both arguments. Well, I think y'all don't quite understand a little bit of the stuff, but I do understand what you're asking for and what you're expecting. Like, I get what you're saying as far as not headlining faster, better, more storage. I get that. It would be refreshing to have a little bit more. You can do this now. You can do that now instead of those things. And that part, I do follow you. I think it would bring. I don't think it would bring a gigantic amount of audience and consumers, but I think it would bring a little bit more.
It will spark it.
But I also think that a company is not going to be worried about what else they can bring when they know all they got to say is bigger, faster, smarter, and people go run to it just like we do every year. And that's why I agree with Terrence when it comes to the standpoint of how business works, the marketing, the timing, the management, all of that. and they're not worried about that. That's all they're going to headline. And
I'm not.
it's
I
just true.
didn't disagree with none of that. Of course, they should headline that, but I shouldn't. I wouldn't say headline it, because for me, that's not next gen. That's expected. Like I'm saying, that's expected.
I got you.
Of course. Say yeah, you get this, you get that. It moves this fast. It's this smooth. But your main attention grabber should be like, oh, you can do this now. You can connect this now. Like, okay, let's say next gen. Let's say hypothetically next gen, they combine PlayStation and Xbox. Why are they promoting the resolution instead of them combining? That's what I'm saying.
What? You lost
Like,
me for a minute. I ain't gonna lie. I'm confused as hell.
Okay, think hypothetically. Like, let's say 7 years from now,